Hello, my name is Laia and this is my 3-month Spanish update. I have been taking lessons for 3 months now in Spanish, and I previously made a video about how I tried to learn Spanish but failed miserably. But I can now confidently say that I have learned more in the past 3 months than I have in the past 3 or 4 years. I have been trying to learn Spanish for about 3 or 4 years now and it just didn't happen. But because I started taking lessons and because I'm doing the LA method, I have learned so much in 3 months. It's been making me really happy that these lessons have been paying off, because obviously I'm paying money for them, so to see progress is a really good thing. So basically I am doing the LA method, so ELE, LA method of learning Spanish, and it's just kind of a way, or a syllabus if you could call it that, of learning Spanish. And it comes with textbooks and books and resources, so it's really good. The reason why I really like doing LA is because it follows a logical order and the work progresses very logically, reasonably, and I can actually feel myself making progress with it. So it obviously starts very easy and it works its way up to higher, and I'm still doing A1. I'm about almost halfway with A1, so that's how far I've come in 3 months, is like just about halfway in A1. And the reason I really like having a teacher is because she can guide me through it, and it's a native speaker who can teach me and I can speak with, and she can correct me and help me, and it's just made the world of difference. Okay, I'm quickly going to run through what I've done so far in LA. So with the LA, it kind of goes through topics, and then within the topics, grammar is included. So you kind of learn to speak about a specific topic while at the same time learning a new form of grammar. So what I've done so far is obviously greetings. That's what everyone starts with. I've also learned some names of jobs and quite a few verbs. Obviously ser and estar and a bunch of other verbs. I know quite a lot of verbs at the moment, and I've also done numbers up to 1,000. Another topic I've done is family, so familias. I've done family trees basically, so grandparents, aunts, uncles, parents, cousins, that kind of thing. Prepositions of place, so like next to, on top of, under, and also done possessive adjectives as well as time. I can read the time in Spanish, and reflexive verbs. Then the next topic is el trabajo, which is work, and this topic mainly focuses on daily routine, so I can talk through what I do in a day, including the time, so between this time and this time, or in the morning or in the evening, and kind of daily routines, and also doing some daily routines of like other people and things like that. And I can also talk about some breakfast food. Then the most recent unit that I've completely finished is La Casa, which is house. So in this unit I learned ordinal numbers, so like first, second, third. I've learned them up to 10. I can speak about houses, different types of houses, as well as things inside a house, like what is inside certain rooms, especially the kitchen, living room and bathroom. Those are like the 3 main ones. Also learned I, which is there is or there are, and I learned hotels, or I can speak about hotels and how to make a reservation at a hotel. But that has been the most difficult thing I've learned so far, and I don't know why. Everything else has kind of been smooth sailing. It's been difficult in the beginning, but when I practiced it got easier, so I could do it. But hotels and making a reservation at a hotel, I still find extremely difficult, and I really don't know why. It's just more difficult than everything else I've done so far, but hopefully I'll get there. Then I've just started with comer, which is like a food module, and the verb gustar. So gustar has a few different rules, so just started with that one. So that's kind of all the topics I've done so far. So I can speak about quite a few different things. Now I will talk about what I've been finding difficult and what I've been kind of not finding easy, but finding more easier. So at the moment I can understand a lot more than I can say. So when my teacher speaks to me, I can understand what she's saying, but I really struggle to reply and to think of a appropriate response in my brain and make the words come out of my mouth. I'm finding it really difficult. So for example, she knows my dog and my dog's name because she's always there. So for example, she can ask me, where's Lucy? And I can point, like if she's sleeping next to me, but I find it difficult to actually say in words, she's next to me, or she's sleeping next to me, or she's there, you know. I find that difficult. And obviously after the class I'm like, oh, could have said that, but in the moment I just don't think about it. So often at the moment she asks me questions and I can reply with 1 or 2 words like si or no, or you know, very simple answers, but I can understand a lot more than I can say, which is a bit frustrating, but hopefully I can get more speaking experience and it will become easier. I think that part of my brain just hasn't clicked yet. The instant translation to speech just hasn't quite clicked yet, but it will come. I have faith. So something that I've been really enjoying and that I can actually do is write. So I have been finding writing a lot easier than speaking. So I can write and think on the spot, so can write what I want to write. I always get writing tasks for homework, and I've been finding writing very fun and easy. I don't really want to use the word easy, but it's a lot easier than speaking. And I still make a few mistakes every now and then, which is normal, but I've really been enjoying writing, and I can write mostly without having to look for words or references. I do have to sometimes, and for that I either use like my notes from class or Spanish Dict, which is a website that has Spanish and English translation dictionaries. It just works a lot better than Google Translate. So I've been mainly using that when I get stuck, but I hardly ever get stuck, so that's a good thing. And I guess that means that I'm on the right track to speaking, because I can write without, or I can write from conscious flowing thoughts. And when I say write, I mean I can write about the topics that I just mentioned previously. Another thing I really like about LA is that there are so many online resources, and that's really cool. So there's a whole website that is dedicated to like LA and all the activities. So there's kind of an activity for each topic, and it kind of goes in the same order that I'm learning, so that's really fun. So for example, when I was learning to tell the time, there are a ton of activities to do and to help you practice to tell the time and get used to it. And it's like that with every topic, and there's explanations as well, and then activities, so it's really fun. And there are also YouTube channels dedicated to LA. So there are videos that use the vocabulary and the topics that you are currently learning, so you can watch and understand what you are currently learning. And I really like that, because it just feels very comprehensive. It feels like a very comprehensive overall experience, and that's why I really like that I'm doing this. So in terms of what I'm doing every week, I have 1 lesson a week for 1 hour with my teacher. She then gives me homework, which is writing homework, and recently speaking homework, where I have to record a voice message, which is good, which is exactly what I need because I really struggle to speak. In addition to that, I always do extra activities. Every week I do extra on top of the homework I get. Whenever I have a free time, whenever I'm not busy, I do extra activities, and I do these from my books, from my personal books, and whatever I can do in the moment. What I've really found that I really like is books where I can fill things in, so where there's like spaces where you need to fill things into the book. That is what I like the best, and I don't know, the whole pen and paper and filling in, that's what's really worked for me. So whenever I can, I do extra activities on top of my homework. I've also been trying to get comprehensible input, but this has been more difficult than you might think or that I thought it would be. The reason for this is not because there is comprehensible input, but I have found it very difficult to find motivation to watch because most of it I don't understand yet. I'm not at a high enough level to understand most of the videos in Spanish, even if they are for beginners and even if they're comprehensible. I find it difficult. There are obviously things I do understand, and when I do, it feels really great, but when I don't, it just feels kind of like a waste of time. And I know it's not, but in the moment it feels like a waste of time, because when I have free time and I want to watch videos, I'd rather watch something in English and understand what I'm listening to and enjoy what I'm watching. Whereas if I watch something in Spanish and I don't understand, I've been finding it very difficult to enjoy what I'm watching. And if I don't enjoy it, I'm not going to have motivation to watch it. So that's been my biggest problem with comprehensible input, is actually enjoying what I'm watching, because it's difficult to enjoy something that you don't understand. And lastly, at the moment I have not been using any apps. No apps. This is not on purpose. I am not against apps. Apps have never personally worked for me. I've never found that apps have helped me progress. But I know there are some really good apps out there, but at the moment I'm not using any apps. So the homework I get, the extra pen and paper work I do, the books I read, and the comprehensible input I try to get on YouTube is quite enough for me, and I just find that I don't need any apps. I don't need any extra apps, and I also don't want them, so not using apps. And that is all. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I look forward to making these updates every 3 months, and I hope one day I'll be able to say some more things in Spanish. I'm just not confident enough right now. But muchas gracias for watching, and see you next time. Adios.